but it's the Mother's Day edition. It's the dedication to not just our mothers, all mothers, man. Like this holiday to me is big, like Easter and Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, because I'm real close to my mother. I have my godmother up here with me. Let me introduce them first of all. Miss Cherry Miller Dickinson, my mother. To her left, as T.D., the matriarch of the family. I look at it as Little Lucy with that Shirley G. Williams. That's my T.D. and my nan. I get double love from that woman. But let's start out like this. I got my son to my far left. I have one of my older sisters, Joy Marie. I got my Josephine, Joanna. And, family mean a lot to me, bro. Family is big to me, especially these women that y'all seeing, bro, because this is our support system. You know what I'm saying? As far as prayers, as far as, if you need anything, these are the people who I can turn to. So this moment here means a lot to me. With that being said, today being Mother's Day, we'll let y'all start out by just speaking on what motherhood means to you. What motherhood means to you. Miss Cherry, let's start with you.
Okay. Motherhood. I don't know what to say. I had a strong mom. Okay.
Shout out to Miss Lucy Gardner.
She raised us to be strong women, to love and care for our family. There's a big disciplinary, we were talking before.
We'll share some other stories.
But she was also, she taught us what it was to love and how strong love is. So we wouldn't fall prey to that weakness. Some people think because you're giving or loving, you're weak. Yeah, and it's not, because God says that there's nothing greater than love. Love is the strongest tool. So and that's what I live by. I live by those words.
So motherhood to you is just an exemplification of love.
Of love. Christ loved us, and that's the way I try to love y'all. Teaching you right from wrong, and just letting you know that that's what's the same.
You.
Well, I can't say anything different because I had the experience of Lucy before her.
Right.
She was in her prime.
Yeah.
When it came to showing love with the willow stick, the hickory stick, the extension cord.
Yeah.
Whatever came to hand. Whatever came to hand.
Yeah.
But in all that she did, in all that she taught us, even when we were wrong, we knew that she loved us.
Yeah.
And she always used to tell us, I'm with you. Now if you're wrong, tell me.
Right, so
Yeah.
we're wrong together.
So we wrong together.
Yeah,
but don't lie to me, right?
Yeah, that's where you go left.
Don't have me go fighting the battle knowing you wrong, you know you wrong.
Right.
And I'm fighting for your right.
Well, we can discuss that in the house.
Hello?
You got that out.
Let me know you're wrong so I know how to fight.
Right.
Because I'm going to still fight.
Yeah. Either way.
But I need to know why I'm fighting.
Why I'm fighting what I'm fighting for. Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So and that's what she gave to us, I believe, as children. And I think that's what we try to give to our children.
Y'all did.
So even when you do wrong, let me know. Because I'm going to still be your backup.
That's one thing I can say. Like, some people really laugh at the relationship I have with my people because I'm going to keep it real with them. I'm going to let them know what's going on with me because like Tina just said, that's how we was raised. Like whether they got to, discipline you on their own or whatever the case may be, that ain't what it's all about. At the end of the day, they want to know that, number one, you straight, and number two, you representing yourself the right way and representing them the right way. Because we really was raised the right way through love, bro. Now, Josephine, I got to hit you with this one because I've been seeing you, this is my baby right now, and I've been seeing you grow as a mother, bro. And I'm real proud of you. And we want you to keep doing the things that you're doing because I'm personally proud of you. I like the way that you've been growing into your own. But what motherhood means to you?
Motherhood, just like I ain't gonna say with anybody. I meet a lot of young women like my age. I use young with my own.
Yeah, you're young.
But I meet a lot of women who really don't even talk to their mom. I don't know what that nature is like. You know what I'm saying? So I try, yeah. So you know, certain things, like when you hear people telling these stories about how their sisters not need to talk. What you mean? I'm pulling up on her. She gonna put me out. I don't care. I'm still coming. You know, like I'm coming. Like, you know, but certain people, we just, like we're aliens to certain people. Like, you, and I love that. Sometimes it just make you, you know, I always say we are nurturers. Yeah. Even with people that we meet. For some odd reason, we're drawn to people with issues. We have issues, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, and then I look at, we always had strength, and we always had women in our life. Right. Me and my mama ain't chilling. She drinking coffee, we talking. Right. She will tell me right, wrong, you know, we ain't rolling up, you know, all this stuff that you see in the world today. And that's something that I'm going to try my hardest to keep that going with my kids, and for them to know. Right. It's all right to have a mom who really cares about you. Right. Who ain't about to sit here, you know, as my mom used to quote, being lie to you, make it sound fly to you. Right. They gonna keep it all the way up 100. Ain't too sure. I'm coming by her house, I'm gonna eat. She gonna tell me, Sam's open. Alright, yeah, say go on, you know. You know what that means, they just drop a little something, you know, when you get a chance. And it's just a blessing to have that, because you know, the world is just, man, news every day. People ain't, you know, I just can't fathom that. People be talking about how they really don't have nowhere to go. I thank God I always have somewhere to go. But that goes back to like Tina said, like love gonna be extra tough. Don't get it twisted. Y'all out there watching, don't misunderstand what we saying. You gonna get that real love, but you I was terrible coming up, bro. I got into I caused these people a lot of trouble. But I don't ever remember. Now you're not gonna always get the answer that you want. You know what I'm saying? But I don't ever remember calling on any of these people, bro, and it wasn't that way. At least to tell me, well, I told you, you know, whatever it is got to be, they gonna give it to you straight, dog. Everything you need, you're gonna get it. Good or bad, or, you know, however it got to go, you're gonna get it. Joy Marie, and please don't give the answer that you get. That's a little funny. Y'all got these things about me. Her filter a little tongue, you know. But what it mean to you, Crazy?
I mean, it's basically piggybacking off everything everybody already said. That, like, we was brought up to take care of family. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to do, make sure I'm taking care of my kids, taking care of the other kids around me. So it was like knowing you have that backup or that support system, you know, you feel love. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure I show that to my kids too, so they know they have somewhere to go back.
Yeah, I know she's short spoken, man, but no, I observed this the other day. The kids are coming out the backyard and making sure he coming, you know, acknowledge you and get whatever discipline it was he had to get before he left. But that I remember Mama being like that. When we was, you know, my partners, my partners over there, like no, like Mama used to get behavior reports and stuff like that from my friend, like you know. They'll come show Mama, like, you know, I got in trouble, you know, and come take their liquor, whatever it is they got to be, because they knew that nurturing and that love was going to be that she was going to take that time with them, bro. And that's real important, bro. They were talking to Frank earlier about some of the funnier stories about, you know, the disciplinarian type of stuff, but...
They're funny now.
Yeah, they're funny
they were not funny then.
We come from some country women. They strong. They I ain't gonna say short-tempered, but they, you know, wasn't no play in it. You know what I'm saying? So when you did get discipline, you got discipline, you know, at the highest rate. Like you got some 5-star discipline. You have any questions for me, Romo? We talk a lot about them. You got the flow right now to really.
When it was time to turn up, they turned up.
That's a definite. Let's talk about that. Y'all childhood, y'all upbringing in Bunchville, Louisiana. How was that?
That for me it's a refuge. It's just what it says, the village. We grew up in our house was like a two-leg house.
Oh yeah.
As stern as my mom was fair.
That's true.
So anybody could come to our house, but you came in respect. You came and love was shown. Okay, I tried to do the same with my house when y'all were coming up. To teach you that, you know, you never know what's going on someplace else, but I knew what was going on by me. So I didn't have problems with kids coming stay by me. Yeah. Because I knew I wasn't going to be, you know, drinking and, you know, just wilding out. I don't have any problem with that. with the drink. I just don't like wilding out. We have to have a sanctuary. And that's what I tried to develop at my house, just like I had coming up. You know, once you made it to Simon Street to Mama, you was covered. Okay?
For sure.
So I tried to do the same thing with y'all. So you knew once you made it home, you were safe. You know, we're going to make sure that you were safe. We're going to make sure that you knew you were loved. And along with that love, though, comes like I used to teach y'all. There's a responsibility when that love. Family is everything. You know, when the rest of the world is turning against you, you need a shelter. And that's what God offers. God says that He will give you a sanctuary. So when the world is crazy, you always, you know, you have that folk. And that's what I try to do. That's it. That's what it is. For me, you know.
I mean, that's instilled in all of us. Like I said, joy and it's crazy because it's 1325.
Same.
We got an album that we gonna put out called 1325.
Oh,
and it's not just about that particular album. It's about that time. No, that time. That time frame. I guess I don't know how it is. I'm trying to say it, but that feeling, like it was a certain era in time where me and Harry talk about this all the time. It might be 20 of us, 20, 25 people in one house. Now, the house goes, it might vary. We might not deal with it. We might be
somewhere else.
So we talk about team number or whatever the case may be.
It's still family.
Camaraderie. It was family.
Yeah.
It was you might have 2-3 generations of people. Right. You know, all interacting together. Everybody about to eat bread. I didn't watch Morgan them get beaten because they couldn't finish a 24 carton of eggs. Because they was being you remember that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like,
that story
all
all
the
the time.
20 people. And this woman got up and cooked breakfast. 10, 15, 20 people. And you still hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to eat? No problem. And the woman cooked every egg she had in it.
She sent Rochelle to the store.
She sent Rochelle
to get more eggs.
Boy, them boys ain't want eggs for another month. You know, but I said that to say, bro, like, we really had some upbringing that a lot of people just really didn't have, bro. And then, like Tita said, it's funny now, but back then, bro, the times was real and they were serious. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the things that went on in today's culture would be considered abuse.
Yeah, you already know.
But we stayed out of jail. We weren't missing in action at night. We weren't lost on the street corner because of the discipline. Because we knew, she said, be in that house at 10 o'clock, and at 9 minutes to 10, we walking up so that we can open that door at 10 o'clock. Because at 10:01, you can give your soul to God. Your ass. You know, it was going to be a beatdown.
Yes, sir. For real.
It was different. And you couldn't explain. You couldn't tell her where all the traffic, or this one wasn't ready.
We got caught at the skating rink. Now, we out there fighting. Morgan just left. You know, Harry here. Man, look, we out there rolling. Harry. Man, look. He gone. He done made it to the house. Man, after we get through the door, we had to do, bro. I'm looking at Morgan and Nate, and I'm like, man, kill us, bro. Then we had Chris with us. He was the baby, you know, he was the baby. So we really in trouble. Man, we got up in there. Morgan want to go in there and tell it. Now, we done made it inside. You remember this, bro? We done made it in there. And she was asleep. She must have took that medicine or whatever the case may be. But we at least safe till the morning. Because she ain't going to forget. Man, this man went in there and woke grandma up. That woman beat. Oh, I'm talking about Harry Carter with me too. But it was like Tita said, bro. That kept us out of so much stuff. Because you feared her more than anything else that was going on in the street. I promise you.
The police couldn't hurt you.
In the boy, I didn't see grandma. The police found out it was Miss Gardner. She would turn around.
They already know.
They already know. They were gonna have to deal with her. See, in today, and God worked perfectly, bro. Because today's children, my grandma would have probably got in trouble for hurting one of them. Just based on like they too loose, like they the parents, we allow, as y'all parents, we allow y'all to do too much. Y'all to get, you and us, messing with somebody like Lucy. Let's move a little bit forward. Me and Bean was talking the other day, and he told me coming up that he's a violent kid, something like Candy Striper.
Yeah, at the hospital.
What's that about?
I don't think they're doing it right now. They were doing it. They'll probably go back there once the COVID and stuff is over.
Okay.
But it's you get to work in the hospital. It's usually high school students. You get to work on different departments
So
in
you
the
just gone to
hospital.
Riverdale?
I was going to Riverdale and doing community work, community servicing, and it also helps you once you come out of high school. If you work, you put in time, and we could do more of that as Black people. And I don't know if this is the right platform, but
No,
that's what I would say.
it's definitely.
Okay, we need to do more in our own communities and in our areas. Our young people, that's what that does. Candy Striping is a part of a nationwide outreach to teach young people, period. Like I said, the white schools promote it and they push it, the private schools push it, whatever. The Black people, we always talk about, well, we get paid.
Right.
Well, you know what, you get paid in the long run. When I came out of high school, my first job was at East Jefferson Hospital in medical records.
Oh, yeah.
And I got that job
So that's how you
because
got
that's
all
what you do. That's what they do. You need to make connections, and that's the only way you do it. Sometimes you volunteer your time, you get to meet people, so down the road, when you need to call in on that, you have things to step on too, okay? And for young people, I'm just going to say my stuff while y'all got to
Go ahead, man.
Okay. For the young people, like I used to try to expose y'all to different things. Just going out. You don't need a lot of money to go do things, but you need to have your children with you. If it's no more than catching the streetcar on the street line, seeing what else is in the area.
Right.
Catch the bus, because we either got so accustomed to jumping in our cars, and
Right.
Our kids don't know how to get on the bus and go anywhere. They don't even know what's in our areas anymore. We need to spend time in our neighborhoods and walk up down the street. I knew where everybody lived. Mr. Russell and his wife. And I knew Mr. Russell had gout and he had arthritis, and sometimes he couldn't do nothing but sit on his front porch. Okay, the store, he couldn't go to the store, so I run to the store run. And that way, the older people in your area get to know who you are, and you get to know who they are.
Right.
And you start from there. It's just something simple. You passing, by Mr. Robinson on Wilson, and you see the wind blew, a couple of little trash things in front of his door.
Right.
He keeps his yard spotless.
Yeah.
Pick up the trash, throw it in a can. And that's just and he's gonna see you, trust me.
And
He's
he might fuss at you for picking it up.
But he'll see
But
you.
he appreciate it.
He will
Mr. Robinson,
appreciate,
great
and it's little things. In our area, where we come from, right there in the village, in Love Farm, most of us are still family-oriented people who grew up there.
Yeah.
So we still know most of the people who, in the area. So we know, the old people, we know the young people that still don't have things. Through the church and just knowing other people, if I know if there's a need, you don't have to come with the camera rolling for me to do it. I don't need that. God said anything done in the dark will be shown in the light. What has value will be paid. So you don't be looking for payment always up front.
And for you youngsters, excuse me, time sometimes is going to be your most valuable currency.
Yeah.
Because I challenge anybody to try to replace time.
No, you can't.
It's more valuable than anything you got. So what she's saying is, if you could really just put your time into some positive hour or 2 out the day, imagine what those hours going to add up to later on in the long run. Because that's who the older people are, who have the value. And I ain't even talking about just money. You can just sit down and have the right conversation with somebody, especially these educated women. They know the things that you need to know and the things that you really don't want to have to experience. That's where you really get that from. You don't know how many times if I would have just, like I'm talking about literally, just listen to her saying, boy, go sit down. I wouldn't have walked out that door and got that trouble up, whatever the case may be. It's something that simple. So imagine all the other things that we have spoke on and talked about. That's like take your time. Like if you could get anything out of this, young men, young women, take your time in life and use it wisely. What you got, T?
Well, for those who are fortunate to have grandparents, older aunts and uncles, it does not matter the degree of formal education that they have. They have knowledge
Wisdom,
and wisdom to impart and to share. Because the very fact that they've lived to be 70, 73, 75 tells you that they know something. Because there are a lot of small minds in the cemetery.
Yeah.
They're beginning to outnumber the big. There's so much you can learn just by taking a minute. Your auntie married, she crippled, she whole, she get on your nerve, but go get her a glass of water. Auntie Mary, you need a Coke or something, can I do something for you? And you will have brightened up her day. She might have a piece of pearl of wisdom to give to you. She might not, but it should make you feel better about yourself. To do something for somebody. Other than yourself. Everything can't be about you. It's got to be about what you can do to make life better for somebody else. And if you keep growing in that way, eventually, when you get down the street, you will have picked up some knowledge. You will have improved in your character, your patience, your understanding, and that'll make you a better person in the work world to help you move forward in your life.
Okay, T, just to validate yourself a little bit, give them a little bit of background, because I remember you, like, I was young, so I seen this picture one day of T, you know, she was a grown woman, she was older, she was my name. I was a teenager, but I seen her in a cap and gown and stuff like that. And I'm looking at the picture, like, you know, like what drove you to keep going like that?
Well, just like y'all, when I was young, I thought I knew it all. When I should have been going to college, I was smart.
Right.
I knew better than them, so I didn't go to college. I had some children and realized no matter how much I love this dude, he ain't cutting it. So I need to, well, think about it. It's true. I mean, I'm not living well, and I'm not accustomed to not living well.
Right.
I'm depending on somebody else to bring in some money. Well, no, that's not good either. Okay? So I got to regroup. So I got my first degree at 36. You know, that's way past the time. But the Lord smiled on me. Because once I got that degree, because of positioning myself coming up, I was able to roll it up and up. And in 10 years, I had my second degree. I had a license to practice social work. And then I got promoted in the state to more work.
That was where Head Start?
Right. I was the first person in the state to be what they call a collaboration project. We had a budget of $149 million, 45 grantees, 288 child care centers, 20,000 children. And you work. But because I positioned myself to learn and to know and to grow, when that opportunity came along, I was able to take advantage of it. And being a little black girl coming up in the ghetto, a night at the Holiday Inn was awesome. When I got to be in that job, I'm here at the Hilton at the Riverside. I'm at the LaFleur Plaza in D.C. I'm in Seattle, Washington at somebody's. You know, the things.
Life upgrade.
It was a different, whole new world. And the Lord doubly blessed me because I was able to grab Lou.
Right.
See? And Star thought I was chocolate covered strawberries with cream on it.
Right.
And so I was able to bring my mother.
Yeah.
So for 5 years, until her passing, my mother traveled.
Yeah.
You know,
Just got to say
that,
life.
that was hard work and blessing. Because I put in the hard work, I received the blessing, and then I passed the blessing.
Right.
I spent time, not just with my mother, but with young children, in the middle children. And my message has constantly been, women, you need to do for yourself. Get you some education. And not everybody needs a college degree. Let that be clear.
Right.
Get you a skill. Get you a trade. Something that you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, I haven't been married a multiple of times. Not all men are bad. Not all of them are good. And all women aren't bad or good. There's a mixture.
Right.
But everybody needs to be able to be self-reliant. Particularly women when you start having children. Because at the end of the day, those are your children.
Yeah.
So your husband, he might love you to death. But he ain't birthed no baby. That's going to always be your baby. So you need to always be able to take care of your baby. And I don't care how old they get to be. You still need to be able to be a positive role model for your baby and then their baby. Because believe it or not, your sons look at you and how you allow yourself to be treated. And if you allow yourself to be mistreated, then your sons are going to think this is the way women's supposed to be treated. But that's how my mama treated me. But if you can take care of yourself, and if you have a good husband who's going to take care of you, then let him. But you take care of yourself too. Put your money in the bank. Say, hey baby, let's do better. You want to get a Toyota? Let's get us something else. I got a little something. I can bring something to the table. See? But you don't want him to be only one setting the table and you can't bring nothing. Because then you have no say so.
Bad day, something else.
Hello? Bad day's a killer.
On
And then, Lord,
On both sides of that.
it's on both sides. And when you get too reliant on somebody else's income, that's when they take it and go.
Yeah.
Let's change the speed a little. Let's change the speed a little.
Yeah.
Grandparenting. How was that rude awakening when that came about, grandparenting? Either one of y'all can start.
She's a better grandparent.
Facts.
Yeah, she always say that, but she's learning.
Tia got her way.
Yeah, she's learning. But I've always been a homer. Y'all know that. Y'all already know. I mean, I'm always at the house. I like the kid. And it comes back to what I said first. I believe that there should be a sanctuary for the children. And so if that's me, that's fine. Come over by me. I'll feed the kids. We're going to eat and we're going to, just be chilling. It don't take much. But I had that. And I know what it does for your self-esteem and to help build your personality and strengthen it. When you have a place to go. I've known children who don't have a place to go where they can just sleep. Right. You know what I'm saying? Really rest. And that's what they need. And so that's what my door represented for me. Y'all's friends came and they were able to just rest because you don't know what that child is living. Right. And more so now, you don't know what's going on for them. And so if this is the place, then let it be so. But I have to say this since I have my kids here and my daughter, she's in Baton Rouge. Shout out to Ro.
Shout out to Ro.
That's the oldest one over there.
Man Gumbo.
I am very proud. I'm very proud of them. All of them have shown that they are strong women, which reflects me. And so, and I want to thank y'all for that, because that means you listen to something, you know. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy. It's not easy being mom. You know, it's not easy. Don't everybody could do it. You know, it's not easy. It's a sacrifice, and it's a lifetime of sacrifice. It's, you know, so I tell the young women, don't get discouraged and get defeated. It's hard. But what I can recommend, and I know that it works, I recommend Jesus, because if you go to praying and stop looking at the problem all of the time, then you can see solutions. You know, you can't focus on the problem all the time. You see it, and then you go to you go to pray and say, Lord, you just show me. You know, surrender it. Show me. And then if you stop looking at that, focus on your baby. Your baby might need a whole wardrobe and some shoes and whatever, but you can get a pair of shoes today. Get the shoes. The rest of it's coming. You know, when you meet people, you're not putting your business all out, and they kill me when they're living on Facebook. And I don't have nothing against Facebook or any of that other stuff. But your whole life shouldn't be there. That means you're not focused on you. You're just telling stories. Because if you focus on you, you don't have time to do this all day.
Document the whole day.
You can't do it. You know, I live, and my kids can attest to it, I lived with a husband who was sick 40 years. He worked and he helped take care of our family. He took care of us well. But he was sick, so we were constantly in the hospital. I constantly was going to, you know, doctors and whatever. And I know what sustained me. God sustained me. I had one point in this lifetime when I had my son, Michael Paul, in the hospital. My mama was in the hospital and my husband was in another hospital. And I worked and ran a company. You know, and I found myself one morning trying to figure out how did I get home? Did I check on everybody? And that scared me because I'm trying to do me. You know, and then that's I was so exhausted, I really didn't. I woke up, I was in my bed, and I couldn't remember if I had been at the hospital. You know, I couldn't remember. Yeah. And that lets me know that's when we overwhelm. So I tell mothers, you know, because mama is the person who sits with the kids when they're sick. Mama the one who runs when they're in trouble. Mom the one running to the, you know, she does it all. And if she has a mate, now she has another, she's a mate, you know, mom, a wife, you know, everything. She's everything. So we have to learn to take care of ourselves. And the best person I know to take care of us is God. And I know everybody thinks it's not for them, but I'm telling you, if you get into a space where you can just shut it down, you shut it down. You say, Lord, this is me. And that's all you do. That's all you have to do is say, Lord, this is me. And you shut yourself off for a moment. You're going to hear a word from God. You just that quick. That's how fast it will work. If you surrender just for a second. And then you'll see, you will feel the difference. You will feel it. And I tell them, they know it ain't about you. It's about things happening around you that you can't control. So what do you have to do? Just like you throw up the cards. You got to let them fall. Then you look at it. And God will show you here. Lay it right out there. You wear yourself out trying to do something that you can't do. You know, the men, the women. That's why our men get overwhelmed because they can't fix everything. You know, and so that's what that's my thing. Y'all will always get that from me. I recommend Jesus because I know when I couldn't do nothing else, that's what I relied on.
I mean, this I don't know if this fit the conversation or not, but both of y'all, and these are some very strong women because y'all listening to them talk about all the things that they did, all the people that they look out for, all the things that they take care of. Both of these women were cancer survivors.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only did she survive going through it, she did everything she's talking about.
Yeah.
while going through
Wow,
it.
going through it. Thank you, God.
Even my titty, I remember, her having the surgery and the trach, the whole nine, but you never saw her stop moving.
No.
You see what I'm saying? And like that's man, but like Joanna said, a lot of these women, they not sitting in front of that. They not getting, they really not. Some of them just not for whatever reason. They just not.
We can't get comfortable where we are. Okay, if I'm living in backwoods, alley, whatever, I can't get comfortable there. I got to walk out to Main Street, and nobody can do it for me but me. I have to want better. I gotta want it. I got to want more. They say more, I'm gonna say better. Because better for me is peaceful. See, I want peace. Yeah. If I'm in chaos, I'm going to do like the gopher. I'm gonna stick my head up. Might not get there right today, but I know it's there, and I'm gonna do that. That only means that you watch people and things around you. Somebody is around you, whether you know them or not, that can help you in your situation. Because God said He's gonna put everything you need right there in front of you. You just gotta be able to see it, and you can't be afraid to reach out once you see it.
And you gotta recognize the trash. See
it for what it
some
is.
of us have trash in our lives.
Yeah.
And the trash is inhibiting. So you need to put the trash on the street.
Yeah.
You take out the trash, put it garbage collector.
But it's not easy for
That's
some
real.
people. It's very hard because most times the trash is right there with you.
Right.
Okay. And so that's not easy. So that's why I said be like the gopher. If you watch on the cartoons or even on the National Geographic, you'll see the gopher reach his head up out the hole. He don't bring his whole body up out of there. He puts his head up out the hole, look around, so he know what's going on around.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He don't fool himself that's not a tiger over there. Yeah, that's what that is. He dip back in his hole. And he gonna keep coming up though to the coast cliff so you see what he wants to see. And that's all I tell young people. Because y'all living in a time, I thank God I'm grown, that I'm not growing up right now, that I'm already here. Okay? Just watching it. It boggles my mind just watching it. When you don't know right from wrong anymore, because wrong is right.
Right.
Okay? So that's what I mean about the growth. You're going to have to look and see that Bible people run from. You can pull it up on the internet. You don't have to have one in your hand. You can pull it up on the internet. Everything that is going on in the world, God has already told you it's going to happen. Everything. Sexual, everything. All of it is in it. Okay. It'll tell you how to maneuver it. Because we got so much perversion going on now, it boggles the mind. And what boggles the mind is because people don't even know it's perversion. Right. Because they made it right. I'm sorry.
No. But this is what's needed though, for real. And I knew I was gonna get this out of you. But what do they like? Where do they go? What do they do? What are the answers to those type of things?
Reading something other than a video show.
Actually, read it.
Just read it.
Read it.
Right.
They want the little snippet.
Yeah, read the whole story.
It's instant. It's instant gratification.
They want the cliff notes instead of the book.
Yeah,
you got to read. You
show me the card. Grandma told me the microwave was see everybody. Grandma told me everybody talking about this internet. First time she saw a microwave, that's when she knew everything was on the down.
Right. Because
so why it got to be done this quick?
Yeah.
That what she said?
Right. Yeah. It used to take you a couple hours to cook a good dinner. Now you microwave it in 30 minutes.
That's why the average person ain't even interested in cooking.
That's all you worry about.
Real.
But reading,
yeah.
They say reading is fundamental. And I'm amazed at the number of people that can't read with understanding. They can call out the words, spell out the letters, but they still don't know what they're reading.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
pretty
you're
much.
perfect for that. You're in school, you
Right.
see
What do you say about that, teacher?
I mean, she just hit it on the head. We have a bunch of kids that they below 2-3 grade levels below in reading. And that's because, they're not brought up with people reading to them reading themselves. Like they're not reading to understand it, they're just reading to say I done it. So
in other words, the curriculum set up for them to do enough to get by.
It's not even a curriculum. It's coming from like that Head Start age.
Right.
So it's like it's the parents are the first teacher.
Right.
So if I'm not teaching my child anything that they need to know once they get to school, they're gonna always be behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So coming into school, they're expecting these kids already know how to read.
Yeah.
You already know sight words. You already know your numbers. You can identify these numbers in word form. You're supposed to be already knowing that going into school. So if we're not teaching them at home, then they missing all of that.
And you're saying preschool, but please understand, the baby, when the baby's in the womb, you can read to the baby and play music, but all that is absorbed. They may not can spit it out to you. But the minute the child is born, you're reading to it, it learns to recognize words, sounds, cadence, the rhythm of the spoken word, of the read word. And you begin to teach them. People don't talk to children. You make this goo-goo gaga crap.
My mama made us talk to them.
Right, they're not monkeys, they're not animals.
Right.
You speak to Reginald, you speak to Takia, you speak words.
Yeah.
You say words. A huge problem in the black community is that our kids enter school with no vocabulary.
Right.
Nobody has talked to them. If they don't watch it on SpongeBob or somebody else, and that's just crap on SpongeBob, because ain't nobody talking to the damn crab. But we put our children at a disadvantage, and they never catch up. See, we're all about what the schools don't do. But parents are the first and most important teachers. You take a baby and you raise them from 1 to 5. See it when they're 5 years old, I can tell you right there, they need to get a cell ready for them. Because you ain't gonna never do no better. Because the brain is true development. All the brain cells he gonna get have been put in. And in the pathways, all we can do is refine it, improve upon it. But if he doesn't have it in there, we can't improve upon it.
That's scary.
But it is. But then if you look at the statistics in the predominantly black areas, they look at the 4th grade test score. And they tell you how many prisons they're gonna need. How many prison cells. Because that's they know these guys ain't coming in prison. Right. They're going to jail.
I learned in prison.
And it's because we, as the parents, we don't read. We don't read ourselves, so we're not reading to them. Because y'all used to fuss when all I gave was books.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right,
But you can read out.
I understand like the stuff that was going on, like what else, like she said, Christmas and birthdays, she gave books. I thought the lady was great. Like, she driving in the car, she reading the book. So it's like, but yeah, knowing it now as an adult and me being a teacher, I could see it. Like, it's like, yeah, she had madness, but there was some logic to it.
A lot of logic. I remember, and this is a real funny story. I remember her taking me to the airport in Lafayette, and Tita had been doing about 80, 85 the whole way, and she was reading
the book
the whole time she was driving. I was amazed and scared at the same time. I ain't gonna lie about that. But while we still on that subject, and all this pertains to mothers. Like we talking about Mother's Day and stuff like that, and it's like people look at the mother as if, and this is how I looked at my mama. Like my mom was like in this lifetime ain't been able to do nothing wrong. But no, for real. But like they got some people who feel like if she do something wrong, then your mama ain't. You know, like I done heard people like really disrespect their mama because of something she couldn't do for them, bro, one time. Like, you know, that type of stuff. Like what's a message to these youngsters, because some of them really don't have, like I said, proper figures in their life, but what's the advice you could give to them as being somebody's child? You know, rest in peace, Lucy Gardner. It wasn't always a yes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but what advice do you give to that child who don't have the greatest relationship or may not have a relationship with mama? Like how she keep pushing, how he keep pushing, how he keep respecting the right thing.
I don't know.
Well, she or him need to get back to their mom. You need to, if you know where your mama is, you need to go to your mama and say, we apparently got off on the wrong foot. What is it that you and I together can do to make a better relationship? Because your mama is not supposed to be your friend.
No.
She's not supposed to be your kicking partner. She ain't your sushi partner. She ain't your shopping friend. She your mom. And if she's telling you right from wrong, she's still your mom. You don't have to agree with what she tell you. You have to respect what she say. See, I tell them, they grown. I can't control what you think. I'm going to control what you say. Because you're going to speak to me in a certain manner of respect, because that's the way I speak to you. When you step out of that place, I get a step ladder to get up on your ass to kick it. And my mother loved me dearly. And I know she did, because she whipped my ass daddy. If she didn't, you didn't do nothing today. Well, you didn't do nothing today. Oh, I didn't catch it. Let's get your whipping. See, it was going to be a whipping. But when I said, the school is doing X, Y, Z, I would like to go, please. How much it's going to cost? Okay, we're going to work that out. But you got to be right. Okay. We did, she's sitting right there, everything that we as children wanted to do. She was going to make a way for you to do it. Now, your dress might have been better than mine, but my mama made mine, and I know. She did a good job. Now, no, I didn't go to D.H. Holmes to get my dress.
I don't know what D.H. Holmes is.
That was a super duper shopping that what a white folk shopped.
Okay, all right.
Us little colored children at the back door, we couldn't go to.
That was a different time.
That was a different time. They had a colored door. You know, you didn't go in the door with the white. But she would make our. And when she made it, it was well made. Yeah. But she would bend over backward to give you what you wanted.
Sacrifice.
And then she would bend over backwards to beat your butt when you did wrong. Come on! She never forget that part.
With that being said, like I was doing some research on another documentary I'm working on, and Bunch Village was incorporated in 1955. So prior to then, where you lived at?
Prior to then, we lived on M1E Street. Lord Nima Bakery is on the corner of M1E and the South. And we lived one corner on M1E, one corner back.
Okay.
Yeah, we had come, we came to Bunch, I was 5. And we had come out of Lake Providence when I was 3.
Okay.
So we spent 2 years my grandma Muggy house on Pusher Street.
Yeah.
And then we moved there, and from there, Daddy come home from the military. And they bought the house and a bunch of other.
All right. Yeah. I ain't got the story in pieces. He had told me pretty much from them buying the house in Bunch Village. He had got with Daddy Monroe.
Yeah.
And he helped them work out the deed and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because Daddy Monroe bought the house around the corner.
Well, Mama did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. that's a little history for us youngsters right there. But like I said, that's for a totally different documentary. I really appreciate y'all sitting down with us. We left the gifts at home on the sofa.
That's
But
all right.
like for real though, bro, like I'm a mama's boy. And I got 9, 10 mamas. Well, you get that honesty, son.
Yeah.
But
What's wrong with that?
my thing is this, cause I talk to my son all the time, bro, about the advantages I had coming up. Like some people like to try to make their life the realest, hardest thing ever, and all that. But like I said, I was bad when I was young, but I had love in my household. I had multiple aunties I could call, cousins, big sister, you name it, bro. Like I just had a bunch of strong women in my life, and it wasn't no stupid people, and people who could actually think. The people who knew the right thing for me to do once I went got another stupid ass in trouble or whatever the case may be. And I really appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And I really want to do this again. This is Women's Empowerment Month. May 15th we have Olivia Grayson. She's an assistant basketball coach for Tulane women basketball team. She's from Budge Village, bro. Shout out and rest in peace to Miss Grayson, bro, and her daughter. I forgot her right mama name right, how right, bro. I apologize, bro, but I love y'all. Rest in peace, bro. We want to dedicate this show to Miss Lucy Gardner, Miss Angela, Miss Elaine Ross. I don't want to miss nobody, man. Huh? Oh, man. Nola Madison. Nola Love Madison. Baby, we miss you, baby. We really do, bro. Shout out to Miss Love. Old dude didn't play, boy. She need her coke and her bitch in the head, and you can do whatever you want for her. But for real, man, shout out to all the mothers, all the women, bro. We're going, you know what I'm saying, swoop down on Miss Marguerite in a minute. We love y'all, bro. MillionView Entertainment, dog. We checking out, bro.
Young mothers be encouraged.
Young mothers be encouraged. You heard it right here. Cherry Miller.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, bro. Hope we didn't hold y'all too long.
I'm good. Hopefully it was worth.
She's home.
Works for y'all.
All right.